Hello everybody, how you doing? Hi, I'm Matthew. How you? We want to tell you a story about our visit to China. Yeah! Performing ventriloquist shows in the Yuhua and Yuchang International Schools brought us to China. Yeah, it did. But after that, our host invited us to see the Great Wall of China. And the Great Wall of China is famous. It's been visited by Presidents Reagan, Nixon, Thatcher. Yeah, don't forget Bush and Obama too. Tell us a little bit about the Great Wall. Well, the Great Wall of China is over 13,000 miles long. Wow, that is really, really long. It was built as a giant military defensive project, yeah it was, to protect China from their enemies from the north. Yeah, my goodness gracious me, oh my. What did you feel like when you were tolling into the Great Wall there, dog? Well, when I saw the high mountains as we were pulling into the parking lot there, it was breathtaking. I couldn't believe it either. When I was a little kid, they used to joke in the bike rides that if you dug a hole deep enough in the backyard, you could dig all the way to China. Of course, that's not true. When you're 8 years old, you think about stuff like that. Anyway, and suddenly I realized here we are. We're in China. The Great Wall of China is one of the 7 great wonders of the world. Did you know that? I didn't know that. It was actually one of the 7 great wonders of the medieval world, but it's also one of the 7 wonders of the New World. Wow. 13,000 plus miles, different sections. And we climbed the Badaling section. Yeah, we did. Yeah. And we had a little problem though. Yeah, the problem was that the steps were very, very, very steep. So Dodd decided to put me in a carry bag so I wouldn't slip and crack my wooden head. I don't want to get any brain damage, you know. And so put him in a carry bag. And so we started walking up the steep steps. Some of the steps were like 18 inches high. I mean, really, really high. We were on the steep side of Badaling. Anyway, so Dodd starts walking up the steps there, you know, and I noticed that there was somebody following us. I didn't notice because I was on the carry bag. And this person kept following us and following us and following us. He didn't know I was inside. I'm thinking, what's going on out here? Well, when we got to the top, where the guard tower was at the top, I took Matthew out of his carry bag, yeah, and we realized that the person following us was a police officer. Ah, he didn't know I was inside. He thought I was up to something no good I did. Anyway, when he saw Matthew, he smiled and he walked away. I thought he never seen a dummy at the Great Wall of China. Yeah, well, that's the way it was. And we got up to the top and we did some walk-arounds. Walk-around is when you say hi to Tito and you just get the reaction, you know, because when they see a wooden man talking, they've never seen me before. Aren't too many ventriloquists that climb the Great Wall of China. No. Tom Ladshaw, I think, might have done it years ago. But we've done it more than once. Yeah, we did. You know, in China, they have a saying that you're not a man until you climb the Great Wall of China. So we did. That was a manly thing to do. Climb the Great Wall of China. And I became a man. Psalm 18 says, to thank the Lord, for he is good. Well, I do thank the Lord for taking us to China to do school shows and then seeing the Great Wall of China. Selah. Meditate on that.